What's up guys, Cali Sunset Gaming with you again, and I wanted to bring you my thoughts on the new PlayStation 5 version of FIFA 21. Now, I've basically been on this all weekend since the update came out, that and taking breaks to see YouTube's overall opinions on how the game has changed and what everyone's thoughts are, and it actually surprises me that the game is still getting a lot of hate and the general opinion of the game hasn't really changed much from the PS4 version. Before I get into this, make sure you guys smash a like on the video and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Now, before I go into this, I'm not going to say the changes have revolutionised the game and changed my overall opinion on it, but I definitely feel the update for next-gen consoles provides much needed improvements for the game, and especially from my perspective, makes it more playable. Not only that, but I hope my insight gets some of you guys excited for the game and helps you see the bigger picture of where FIFA may be going. First off, I have to admit that I only play career mode. I haven't had the chance to see what this game plays like online because, barring seasons, that wouldn't really interest me that much. Taking into account AC, Spider-Man, Cyberpunk, I'm probably not going to visit the online aspect of FIFA 21 unless it's for YouTube content. For those of you who watch my FIFA 21 career mode with Chelsea on the PS4, you know I've struggled with the difficulty of the game for some time. It's no secret that the community as a whole aren't big fans of the ridiculous goal fests that are taking place and the fact that the keepers seem to be the worst they've ever been in a FIFA title. Shots that shouldn't go in do. Defenders have no tactical awareness, often grouping up to mark one player so your wingers just have a straight run in on goal. Keepers just not saving the most simple of shots. With the experience I've had on FIFA 21 on the PS5 so far, that seems to have been remedied to a certain extent. No, it's not perfect. I'm not saying overnight everything has been fixed and it's the perfect football game, far from it. But with the tweaks that have been made, it brings back a level of immersion that the bugs previously pulled you out of. From the tests I've done, it seems that the keepers are improved from the last version of the PS4. I've tried multiple types of shots, ones that on PS4 would definitely go in, and while some still do go in, the keepers seem to be more responsive and have a better ability at reading the game and keeping most of the shots out. Defenders don't tend to group up anymore, and they either keep their line or track their man depending on their instructions. Keep in mind I'm comparing the PS5 version with no slider adjustments at all in comparison to a PS4 version where my goalkeeper sliders were actually set at 90, yet I can still score up to 5 goals a game. The PS5 DualSense controller does add the additional bit of spice to the game too. Now the DualSense is basically haptic feedback you get on your controller, but it's on steroids. And we probably all know that EA aren't going to make FIFA a game that runs in the forefront of utilising this technology, but it is taking advantage of it. The controller provides vibration for the standard things like a shot hitting the post, but they've kicked it up a notch with how they've made the additions. The controller now vibrates when you're being jostled by an opposing player in relation to where they're positioned on you. So for instance, if he's on your right, the controller will rumble to the right. When the referee blows for half time, the controller vibrates in sync with the whistle. The controller will pulse if the fans in the stadium are starting to get hyped too. The adaptive triggers on the controller provide resistance the more fatigued a player is, and depending on how the body shape is at the time of the trigger to sprint, it will influence how tight the trigger is to press also. Again, I know these seem like small changes, but it's a series of small changes that make the difference, and it certainly adds another interesting aspect to the game. Next up, the visuals. Now, again, this doesn't change the overall game, but again, it's adding to the additional elements of immersion that just fills me with hope for future FIFA titles. Big games have a pre-match build-up of players getting off a team bus or fans coming through turnstiles. Scoring a last-minute goal gives you a unique cutscene where all the players celebrate, everyone going mental, the crowd going nuts, even the manager diving in there. It's all adding to that next level of immersion. Just as a side note, I need to show you guys this. This is the first goal I scored on PS5. Just look at this. Knee on the volley. Pick that out. Yes, Callum. Yeah! Right, back to the content. On top of all this, the camera angle has been adjusted to emulate watching football live on TV. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, whoa, who gives a shit? But to be completely honest, I know PES did this first, but again, it adds to that additional level of realism that just helps maintain interest in career mode much longer. I wanted to do this video just because after being on the game for most of the weekend, I don't particularly agree with the same level of hate that it's getting in comparison to the PS4 version. And whilst this doesn't perfect the game and is primarily just loads of visual additions, I do think that it may be the start of FIFA providing that immersive career mode that we've all been searching for. Overall, I think EA are finally starting to understand that the key to a good career mode is immersion, not volume of goals scored in a game, not whether Alisson's hairdo moves when he kicks a ball. Whilst this doesn't make FIFA 21 a perfect title, to me, it definitely feels as if it's going in the right direction. If we think back to when FIFA 21 was first released, think of how hyped we were for the fact that all these additions were going to be added. Think about the year previous to that and what FIFA 20 was like. We are definitely moving towards that perfect career mode that we've all been searching for, and I genuinely feel as if we just have to give EA a little bit of time to try and achieve it. And I definitely think the PS5 will be the grounds in which they do it. I appreciate you guys watching. I'd love to read your guys' thoughts on if you're looking forward to playing it, or if you've been lucky enough to get the opportunity to play it already with a PS5. Make sure you hit the comment section below. If you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe to the channel to get more content just like this, and that notification bell so you get an update every time I release a brand new video. I'll see you guys next time on Cali Sunset Gaming.